And
it's seen, yo.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is the Pushing Buttons Network, and this is our trailer cast. So I got all the norms.
Episode 1, yo.
Episode 1. All the norms. Andrew.
Samba.
Oh.
It's kind of weird. It's like Andrew Samba.
Right. You know that.
See. I gotta do so. When you host, I gotta sit over there.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
I like this part though.
What's Phil gonna host? Yeah, what are you hosting? The anime cast or?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
sure.
That's the cast I'm not participating in.
Okay.
All right. So, first trailer we watched was what? Morbius. How you guys feel about that one?
No idea. I don't know what it is. I think it's a dude from the Spider-Man cartoons. Is a white guy, shell guy.
The Spider-Man
Yeah,
universe.
he's part of the Spider-Man universe. He's one of the Spider-Man villains.
His rogue gallery, you know.
Yeah, no, I don't know who he is.
I watched the cartoons. I read some of the comics. So I know who he is.
Mm-hmm.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I always thought he had a story that was kind of like Mr. Freeze.
That's mine. That's mine.
Oh, I didn't bring mine.
Nope. Sure
Mr.
didn't.
Freeze.
Well,
Like, did he have a woman he was trying to cure?
I'm not even gonna front. I barely remember anything.
I thought he had
from Morbius.
I thought he was trying to cure himself, but I thought there was like a female that he was trying to.
I don't know.
All right, well, we don't know the history of Morbius. That's cool. So we're all coming into this new.
I watched a bunch of shit when I was a kid, but yeah, Morbius is still kind of.
Yeah.
You know.
Damn, I thought you had some shit to say.
No, we do. We got a lot.
I'm gonna have a lot to say about the trailer.
Yeah, let's get into the trailer then.
Because like so this movie is a Sony movie. This isn't technically a Disney movie.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
So our glimpse of the Vulture, who is a Disney MCU character.
Yep. You
know what I mean?
At the end of this trailer.
Right.
Means that they're playing nice a little.
Right. Because remember when that whole debacle with Spider-Man being taken out of the MCU and Sony and Marvel not making an agreement?
Yeah. Yep.
And then suddenly they made an agreement that nobody knew what was actually agreed upon.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
so
yeah, we never found out, right?
Right. So this is what I think is how it's going to be. It's like they are agreeing to share both sides.
Why not? But they have to work together, right? Because there has to be a consistency between characters and their motivation. So, like, whatever happens here has to translate into the MCU Spider-Man movies. I think that's a good way to do it, man. I know Sony doesn't want to let that go. That's too much. That's too much money.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But to tell you the truth, ain't nobody doing it better than Disney right now.
Yeah.
They're killing their
100%.
Superhero movies, they have risen them up to like the highest level. So, I was happy to see Spider-Man in the MCU, and I'm happy to see these characters having a part in the MCU.
Right.
Because this, in a way, this is sort of introducing vampires to the MCU, right?
Yeah.
We know we got Blade coming
too.
So that's all. This all can tie together eventually, and hopefully they get in the movie together.
Yeah. Greatness.
To the point of the trailer, man, I really liked the effects we saw.
Mm-hmm.
Like the echolocation effect. I thought that was real dope. He was teleporting around. He looked like he was Nightcrawler.
Yeah.
Through certain scenes.
Nightcrawler. That's the name.
Yeah. He looked like he was Nightcrawler through certain scenes. So it looked clean to me.
His design is good.
His design is great, bro.
Yeah.
That's like if you pull
exactly.
When they do like they it's just like looking at PS1 to like PS4 solid Snake, right? Just like all polygons and everything to like his like fully fleshed out face.
Right.
That's how I look at like the Morbius and the cartoons to there. It's like they managed to capture the same look and just make it HD.
Right. Man, and then how I guess when Morbius was running down the street, you saw the photo of Spider-Man and it said murderer,
like spray painted on
there.
Yeah.
I missed that.
Yeah.
When I watched the trailer the first time, I paused it right there. I was like,
oh shit! But if you notice, the Spider-Man picture that they used is not our Spider-Man. It's not Tom Holland. It looks like fucking Tobey Maguire.
I didn't notice that.
I didn't notice. It looks like that suit.
We gotta see that. I gotta see that.
That's interesting. We're gonna have to look at that.
All right. I mean, it might not matter, because
it might not because he changes suits sometimes. So it may be a suit that he had.
Right. And then it's saying murderer only refers to one thing.
What's that?
What's that? What's that?
The spoiler. I mean the last scene at the end of the last Spider-Man movie.
Oh, I mean,
Oh man,
yeah.
spoiler alert.
well, yeah, but then
Wow.
we know that that's not the case.
I know, but
Hey.
that's what the citizens of the city and everything are viewing him as
Yeah.
a murderer.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, I can see that.
That's how we set up to be.
All right.
You know, but I think, man, I can't wait to see where that goes because Venom's got to be in it.
Yep.
I mean, it's gonna be thrown in there too.
Features.
You know.
You think it's gonna be the same guy, same?
Yeah,
I think so. I think so.
One, I think he signed on for like 3 or 4 more movies.
Yeah.
But
And I don't think that's all Venom. Like I think when they say that, you're supposed to think it's like, oh, they're doing 3 more Venom movies.
Right,
But
no.
it might be 1 Venom movie and 2 movies in the MCU.
Was anybody
Right.
ever
Spider-Man
mentioned
movie.
in the Venom movie?
No.
They didn't really have a passing glance
Like
at Spider-Man.
yeah, it was
Huh.
kind of sloppy. Like I don't know, sloppy,
Well,
but
they
it
couldn't-
seemed
they couldn't.
like it wasn't
So-
MCU.
Well,
No,
at
it
the
wasn't.
time it wasn't.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Yeah. So that was
See,
Sony.
that's stupid.
That was
Because
Sony
MCU
doing
was
its
always
best to like
Yeah.
have to introduce this character without the main character, the main
Right.
cast of characters. So
Right.
now,
Just in case.
Right.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
But now that they're playing a little nice, who knows? It's open now.
Or at least we're thinking they're playing a little nice, so we'll
Yeah.
see. But
I would like to see
who?
Tom take on some.
Oh yeah.
That just gonna be cool
Oh, yeah.
That's
regardless.
gonna be cool.
And then we know, so part of the deal was that Sony is letting Marvel use Spider-Man for 1 more movie and then 1 more cameo. So we don't know anything after that.
Okay.
You know.
They
So
never stop
hey,
showing
it's
up.
up in the air. We'll find out eventually. All right. So next movie is Black Widow.
Yes. Winter Soldier
No.
Part 2. I definitely get Winter Soldier vibes when I watch that Black Widow trailer.
I mean that could be a great thing.
That's
Because
a-
Winter
that's a-
Soldier was a great
Listen,
movie.
If this movie was a shot-for-shot remake of Winter Soldier with Black Widow in place of Captain America, I would be okay with it. That's one of my favorite MCU movies to date.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought it looked clean, man. I like where they're taking it. The locale looks different. You know what I mean? Snowy area. The whole family aspect. The villain.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're
Oh
all excited
man.
about. And they always throw you curveballs with their movies, so you never know if that's like the true villain that they're showing you, or if there's somebody behind the
Right.
scenes. I
There's
actually
always
hope.
somebody behind the scenes.
I
Yeah.
hope he's the main villain. I don't think he is. He's in my mind. He's never been a huge character like that. Like even in the Spider-Man games, he's like a side mission.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
pops
True.
up and fights
Side
you.
mission. Yeah.
He's like a side. Like he'll keep popping up to train you. Like
Oh
throughout
yeah. Actually, Phil doesn't know who that is.
I don't know who he is.
Okay. All right.
Taskmaster.
Yeah.
Taskmaster.
Yeah. So he's a villain, but his claim to fame is that he can pretty much replicate any fighting style that he's going against.
Mhm.
So if you start fighting him, he'll immediately just do what you do.
Like he learns your style,
Yeah.
and that makes him hard to beat because
Oh,
eventually
yeah.
you're fighting yourself.
Right.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I think they kind of showed that off in the trailer where they both
Yeah.
get a kick up and they look at each other. It's because he's mirroring what she's doing.
But he's gonna win because he's stronger.
He's got his shield.
Yep.
Typically, I don't think I saw it in the trailer, but typically he has a sword with him too.
As he has a shield, that means he probably ran against Captain America.
Shit.
At one point in time,
Hey.
it was like, hey,
I'm gonna start carrying this around now.
yeah. This
he
wins.
whipped
This
my
works.
ass. I'm gonna start using that technique.
Right. But speaking of curveballs,
Uh-huh.
I'm not completely sold that this movie is
Well,
in the past. Like what I think
huh?
is
Okay.
that this could be like a flashback. Like all these scenes with like her sister or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
or like them going in the past, or it's supposed to be in the past. All that could be like flashbacks to like something that she's currently doing.
Okay.
You know?
I would like that, man. Like, I think they didn't really tell enough of her individual stories.
Right.
So to kill her off, it's only because like she was there from the beginning that it had like an emotional effect on people, right?
Right.
Um,
And then her. So them just making this movie makes me think that.
you wouldn't just like, all right, cool, let's just do this one movie.
Right.
Right,
Like,
this-
what's the point?
Like, we're just gonna show you a side, and then it's the end of it. Nah.
Right.
You got me
I kind of
thinking, too.
forgot she died. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
So this
They went
has
back.
to
They
be in
went
the
back and
past.
brought everybody back, but somehow they didn't bring her back.
Right.
Well, this has got to be in the past, right? Or is this an alternate?
The way it's
Well,
being told, it's in the past.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
The way it's being sold to us is that it's in the past, but I mean, they could throw a wrench at us very easily.
Yeah, you're right. She could have came back. Did she get wished back? No.
No, you can't. You can't wish back the person that you sacrificed to get the Soul Stone, right?
Soul Stone. I think wasn't the Soul Stone Gamora?
Well, yeah, the first time, but when they got it the second time, it was.
Oh, that's what they. Okay, yeah. So they can't get. Yeah.
Because they technically didn't get her back. They got the past version of Gamora.
Yeah, that's what it was.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, the evil. Or not so.
Yeah,
the one teetering.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Teetering on.
Absolutely.
Right.
Was good and bad.
Right. So.
Looks like
I don't know. Something's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Something's gonna happen.
But to wrap it up, man, looks like there was a lot of action sequences. I think it's gonna be one that like just has like a quick, slow burn for like 30 minutes. That's gonna be like all action.
Yeah.
Going on.
Looks like to me, yeah.
I do like that because the one good thing about like a Black Widow movie to me it's just everybody's throwing hands.
Yeah. There's not that aspect of
flying around and
super blast, charge blast, Iron Man throwing hammers at people, which is dope. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, it's gonna be hand to hand combat. I mean, gunfighting, gun kata as they call it, like the real close quarters gunfighting. And that just looks good to me. It's good that they have these characters so that they can do these different type of movies with, right? Like you can go to outer space and have like Guardians of the Galaxy, and then you can have a real close, intimate, hand to hand fighting, and then the larger the world is at risk. You know what I mean? I like these. I like the more personal stories. So like not like how can we save the world, but like honestly, I don't even know truly what the motivation in this movie is yet. But I know it's gonna be like a personal story if she's bringing her family in. So
true. And then
I'm excited.
And then actually speaking of different types of movies, let's move on to our last trailer, which was New Mutants, which actually had a trailer a long time ago. Like 2 years ago?
Was it a full trailer or was it like a teaser?
No, it was a full trailer.
Yeah.
It was like a minute and a half.
I remember seeing it.
Was it the same actors?
Yeah.
I don't know if they went back and redid the movie or whatever.
So yes,
the first trailer
they reshot a lot of this movie.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, it seemed like they were in like an asylum. Like it seemed like it was real locked down. This seems like they kind of open. It's still in the house, but it seems like they kind of opened it up a little bit.
Right.
It's not. It's still dark, and I like it.
Yeah.
But it doesn't seem as dark as the original trailer was.
So at the beginning, this movie was pitched as a horror movie. So we have all these characters in Marvel, so on and so forth. It seemed like they finally wanted to like kind of make genres.
Yeah.
Out of all these characters, like throw them in certain genres instead of making action movies every time.
Sure, yeah, why not?
So I mean, I was down with
corner of the market, man.
Right, I was down with them making a horror movie.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It seemed like it'd be scary, but this most recent trailer, they kind of backed up from that.
It looked like there was some scary parts in it.
Right, but it still looked more action.
But it did look suspense type.
Yeah,
it was a mixture.
I don't think there's gonna be like any like jump out of your seat moments, right?
Yeah.
But I do think that because they're playing with like the psyche of like the kids, that it's like it's scary for them, and if you connect with those characters, then in turn it will be scary for you.
I think it's gonna be jump out your seat. I think it's gonna be.
Listen, all they gotta do is
because it's their fears. So
I think so. I think so.
Not everybody, but there's gonna be one person who's gonna have some scary shit.
Yeah.
Like the one guy, I don't even know his character, but he had like his when he was speaking like my girlfriend did something. And then they showed like his back and then the hand was coming out.
That alone is kind of like what you get out of scary movies nowadays. So I think it is going to have those aspects, just watching the trailer, I have to look at it. I don't really know any of the characters that showed up in there. But the trailer was good enough that I'm excited to see it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But I'm kind of worried about the relevance of it because this is Fox's last movie,
Oh, is it?
Right, because everything's going to Disney now.
Because I'm watching that and I'm thinking, okay, cool. This is an introduction of a new universe in a way, like a new set of characters, and it could have been. I'm thinking this is going to become their X-Men, but they won't have these characters anymore.
Right, because now they're all under Disney.
This is a one shoot.
Yeah,
no, I mean, this is so when they were making this movie, this was still under Fox.
Yeah,
but now Disney bought out Fox. they're still releasing the movie because they're not just going to trash it.
So it's basically a matter of how well it sells.
Right.
If it sells, they'll find a way to continue it. If it doesn't, they won't. But my hope is like even if one good character comes out of the movie, like let's take this character and introduce him because Disney's about to do their X-Men movie. Like of course you got the heavy hitters, like you have your staple of characters. But if you get like a good actor out of this and with a good character, bring them into whatever you're doing going forward, right?
Right.
Like don't just waste a movie like this. Like,
right.
It's an opportunity.
Great.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, and then speaking of wasting, so those were our 3 trailers. I still have a question about Fox's Marvel properties like Deadpool, Logan, or just let's just say the rated R movies. The rated R movies were great.
Yeah.
3 of them. All of them were great.
Mm-hmm.
Even Blade back in the day, whatever. But as far as like the current ones, Deadpool 2, and Logan.
Mm-hmm.
Now that everything is pretty much under Disney, they're not going to make a rated R movie, man.
Why not?
Because they're Disney.
They're Disney.
I don't think they will.
They're Disney. They're a little bit more family friendly. But more so than that, I think they want to appeal to the biggest market to have the biggest chance to succeed.
Kids,
it's everybody. It's everybody, right? If you can appeal to the kids and appeal to us, right? You're gonna have a hit, bro.
That's not gonna happen.
But Deadpool for a time was the highest grossing comic book movie, right?
Yeah.
Logan killed it, so we know that regardless, it can succeed. And I think in some ways by bringing in the kids, you are alienating people that just want to see go in and see it. I think there's a section of people that are like, I'll wait till it comes out.
Right.
But when it's that rated R and that's like something you want to see, then that drives you to the movies to buy a ticket.
Right.
So
I think Disney's gonna do it correctly. I think they're gonna make rated R movies when it's needed.
I think they're saying the Venom may be rated R, but the problem becomes like, all right, cool, we do these rated R movies. You see the characters one way, cutting heads off, smashing people, and then we bring them into the main MCU movies. Now they're watered down. Right.
And what happens if they make Venom rated R and then they make a Spider-Man movie with Venom?
Like I'm sitting there like,
they're gonna have to tone it down because of Spider-Man.
I'm sitting here like, why don't you just cut them in half? You did it in the last movie. It was easy. It was easy.
Because it's they're 2 different things.
Yeah.
So they're gonna have to like rated R for this.
Yeah.
And then when he's with PG and PG-13 things, he needs to be PG-13.
Like I wonder how they're
gonna balance it out.
That's the issue.
It's gonna suck, but I mean, I think they're gonna do it correctly.
Yeah.
And they better have rated R fucking movies, man. Why would you go backwards?
Yeah, agreed.
Why?
Agreed. You've proven that it works. So
yeah.
Well, I mean, I think that Fox did the rated R thing mainly because they knew they're not going to be able to keep up with Disney when they started pushing shit out. You know what I mean?
I almost feel like it's Fox gave, in a way, the directors a little bit more control to make the movie that they wanted. When you do a Disney movie and you take a piece of these movies, you got to answer to a lot of people.
Oh yeah.
So like you can't even go to the desk of whoever it is and be like, hey, we want this to be rated R. They're like, nah, we don't do that.
Right.
Where with this, we're like, listen, we need Logan to be rated R to really tell his story. Or people have been dying to see Logan like this, so we need to make it like that. Or it's impossible to make a Deadpool movie. I mean,
definitely now.
You know what I mean? Yeah, now you can't do it. but even that character, I mean, even going back to the X-Men when he first showed up, what was that? X-Men
what?
3?
What?
When Deadpool was in there?
Wolverine's.
Yeah.
Oh, Origins. That's Wolverine's Origins.
Yeah.
So
what the fuck was that?
Even then, like it wasn't good,
Right.
and that's the running joke that he uses now, right? But yeah, I mean, just one shutting his mouth. I don't want to get into how bad.
Yeah, he was doing that. He filled with holes.
No, I mean, both of those first Wolverine movies, they were both trash.
Yeah.
I mean, the second one was slightly better because it had
Silver Samurai.
Yeah, it had Silver Samurai.
That
had more blood.
That one was all right.
And cussing.
Yeah.
And there was a rated R version of that.
Yeah.
Or an unrated version.
I didn't see unrated.
I thought the second one was all right.
Yeah, but the
first
third
one was fucking garbage.
Yeah.
But the good. So actually, the second one is actually a good example. So the same person that directed the second one directed Logan.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I mean? So that shows you
letting them go, man.
Right. When they have creative freedom,
yeah,
they're dropping gems.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
I mean, and even with Disney, they started giving directors more freedom as time went on. Like Thor 1, Thor 2, trash.
Yeah.
Thor 3,
phenomenal.
Great.
I honestly didn't care for Thor. Like I didn't like it. I didn't like his character.
Yep.
I didn't like the movies. They were trash.
It was alright.
Thor 3 was great.
Thor 3 was great.
It was alright
Compared to the first two.
But it's just funny that it went from like
it was comedy. It was super funny.
It went from like heroic regal Thor to like dumb Thor.
Yeah.
That was kind of
you know what I mean?
That was kind of weird.
It was a big
really like that, but
yeah,
it was funny
it worked, but it was like a big twist. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It fits the cinema version of Thor, you know.
And honestly, it gave his character a seat in the MCU, right? Mm-hmm. Like Tony Stark, like conflicted playboy, philanthropist. You know what I mean?
Right.
Arrogant, right?
Right.
Stoic is Captain America.
Yeah, and stoic and serious. You know, that's the serious guy. It doesn't have to be Thor.
Then you throw Thor in as like the dumb con. You know, it gave him a spot in there that made sense.
Right.
And actually, it made me enjoy the character a little bit more. So
right.
You take a character that's so extremely powerful because I think he's the strongest.
Yeah.
Like you
well, him and
that's the big
Captain Marvel, right?
No, another video, yeah. Another video. So Thor and Hulk, right? No, Captain Marvel. She is what she is. I'll have to go back and watch that movie. I actually fell asleep the first time I watched Captain Marvel.
Damn.
Yeah, so I got to go back and watch it again.
Damn.
But yeah, I wasn't enjoying it.
My man went night.
I wasn't enjoying it. Captain Marvel is a DC character that I know, and y'all know as why am I forgetting his name?
What?
Captain Marvel.
Oh, you're talking about
Shazam. That's Shazam.
Yeah.
That's Shazam, guys.
Yeah.
So,
I'm sorry.
I don't know nothing about no.
They were fighting over that for a while.
Yeah.
But that was back in my dad's day.
I'm rambling.
Yeah. But all right, guys. So that's our trailer talk. We hope you loved it.
Episode 1.
Subscribe.
Bye.